Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. This video is going to be focusing on score streaks in Call of Duty World War II. I know a lot of YouTubers have made videos saying these are the 12 score streaks, these were what was at E3. But I would like to discuss in this video what was not at E3, because chances are Sledgehammer has a couple of tricks up their sleeves in regards to score streaks in Call of Duty World War II. And the reason why I think that is 12 score streaks in a Call of Duty game is actually pretty low. In fact, of all the games that actually have score streaks, this would be the second lowest compared to only Advanced Warfare, which was Sledgehammer's last game, although it is worth mentioning that Advanced Warfare had customizable score streaks, and as a result, it was like we had many score streaks, not just the 11 that were in the base game itself. To kind of show you guys this, I put together some graphs here. Now, this first one is kind of hard to look at. It kind of looks like a children's drawing almost, because there's so many lines and scribbles everywhere. But if we compare Call of Duty World War II and the number of score streaks that are in that game, as well as the cost of these score streaks, we compare those to other games, you can kind of see here that one, there just isn't a whole lot of score streaks in the game, and the ones that are in there, there's a very steep curve in terms of the actual difficulty of earning them. Like, you have some very easy score streaks to get early on, and then it just kind of ramps up almost perfectly to the higher score streaks in the game. This says to me that chances are there are some secret hidden score streaks that will be revealed for Call of Duty World War II either during the private beta or by the time the game actually makes its full launch, because again, just looking at the comparisons here, it just doesn't seem to make sense for them to have such a steep curve with a limited number of score streaks in the game. I will say though that it had to have been difficult on their end to actually make proper score streaks for a World War II game that actually stayed true to World War II while at the same time trying to be innovative, but also use the technology that was actually available at the time. And just looking at some of them, I don't want to read out every single one for you guys, because chances are you've seen plenty of videos that actually do this so far. But man, the score streaks that are going to be in this game are awesome. Like, for example, the fighter jet, you place it down like a strafe run, and then wherever it's placed, an airplane is going to go through that area, and you are going to be controlling the guns of that airplane. That is such a cool and immersive score streak. You'll see all throughout here that they actually take old ideas for kill streaks and then just turn them into really cool World War II score streaks. For example, we're going to have the glider bomb here, which is basically just a Predator missile, but instead of just being a boring old Predator missile that didn't exist back then, you actually have a third-person perspective of a bomb in an airplane that opens up and drops down. And try to picture this. I haven't played the game personally, but I keep thinking of what it would be like to play, because I'm not much of a freaking loser apparently. And I keep thinking of, like, when I'm playing COD World War II, how cool it's going to be. Because I play the objective a lot, right? I'm going to be capturing a domination point, and then suddenly I'm going to hear an airplane coming overhead, and then a bomb's going to come out of that airplane and drop down to the ground and hopefully kill people that are trying to stop me from capturing the flag. Or same thing with the fighter jet. Plane's going to come by overhead, but it's actually going to be controlled by an actual player controlling the guns and shooting enemy players. That's going to be so freaking cool to me. I think it's going to be awesome that it's going to be Call of Duty, but there's still going to be like airplanes and stuff like that zipping around in the sky. It sounds like a really cool and immersive system. Now, there are some score streaks that were at E3, but were not in any of the videos that I've personally seen, like the artillery. I'm really hoping the artillery is as awesome and iconic as it was back in World at War. The artillery shook the entire map. It was loud. It was jarring. I've told you guys the story many times of my first ever game with a gaming headset. It was with a Turtle Beach X1s way back when in World at War. I go home, I start playing World at War, I turn them up all the way because I didn't know what I was doing, right? And then an artillery was dropped on top of me, and I was like going deaf, but it was so freaking cool at the same time hearing it and being immersed within the game. That's what I'm hoping COD World War II is actually going to be like. I want to discuss the care package here briefly, because I feel as though not many people actually know about this little feature. So the care package is like a standard care package that we all know and love from most Call of Duty games, although this one's going to come in via a parachute, and Michael Condrey has confirmed on Twitter that by shooting holes in the parachute, you can make it so it actually drops to the ground faster. He's also confirmed that the paratroopers, which are like an AI I wanted to call them AI control, but they're just AI characters that get dropped in if you call in the score streak. Well, you can shoot the parachute of those guys as well. And I'm wondering, can you like destroy their parachute and make them fall to earth and die? Like, we're going to have to see during the beta. I want to know more about the flak guns. Now, flak guns sound like the ultimate SAM turret. It seems like something you place down, and it's going to destroy all the enemy air support in the air, and also destroy more air support as it becomes available and as it appears in the skies. Like, is this it going to be the kind of thing where we need to destroy it, otherwise we're kind of just screwed? Or does it have a limited number of ammo that it can only take out a certain amount of things? We're going to have to see. And then, of course, this is the one a lot of people are talking about, the big ball turret gunner. You could not pay me to freaking fly around in this thing in real life. So picture a B-17. There's a ball underneath the B-17, and that's where you're sitting, and that's where you're actually controlling guns. Like, oh my goodness, man. It's going to be a cool score streak. Unfortunately, thanks to Chaos X Silencer, we have no actual footage of this score streak. Apparently, Drifter was like the only person that ever got really close to it, and Chaos Silencer killed him from behind before he could actually acquire it. So we don't know what it actually looks like in-game, but judging from what we know about this in real life, I mean, it's going to be somewhat similar to a chopper gunner in a way, and it looks like it's going to be pretty freaking powerful. Overall, man, I'm excited for the score streaks in this game. I just kind of hope that there are more, or that they become customizable somehow to give us more options, because I feel as though 12 is it's a pretty small number, right? If you look back throughout all of Call of Duty's history, think of the most successful Call of Duty games, the ones that people love the most, the ones that keep people playing, the ones that people continue to go back to, are the ones with big, powerful, and fun score streaks. Hopefully, Call of Duty World War II is going to be that game. I have a feeling they have a couple of tricks up their sleeve in regards to the beta and the full release. I imagine we are going to see an Attack Dogs style score streak. People keep talking about that. I personally would love to see a Super Recon plane or something like that, where it's basically like a Blackbird. And I think the big one, a lot of people want a nuke for this game. Of course, the atomic bomb in World War II was the first and only use of a nuclear weapon in war. It makes so much sense for them to add that to COD World War II, especially considering Sledgehammer's past, right? Sledgehammer helped out with Modern Warfare 3, which had the Moab, then, of course, Advanced Warfare, which had the DNA bomb, right? Both games these guys have worked on had a big hidden kill streak, so chances are we're going to see that with Call of Duty World War II, given what actually happened within the time period. I know some people are going to say it makes no sense to have the atom bomb in the European theater, but keep in mind the multiplayer has been confirmed to have multiple fronts. We are going to see some Russian things in there, perhaps even some Japanese things. We're going to have to see. But ladies and gentlemen, those are basically my thoughts on these score streaks here in Call of Duty World War II. I wanted to make a video covering them. I know a lot of other YouTubers have as well, so I didn't just want to like do a same old video as everybody else saying, all right, well, these are the score streaks, these are how they work. They look good, and I want to show you guys these graphs because it says to me, just looking at the steep curve here, that there are some hidden score streaks somewhere that would make this so it's not as steep. Otherwise, we may be in for a year where the score streaks are kind of limited. So we're going to see how that plays out. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on these score streaks down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.